Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So today I have a special watch in for review, and it is one from none other than Mark from Long Island Watches. Ever since its launch, Islander Watches has been on my radar as an affordable alternative to mainstream dive watches such as your Seikos and Orients, and so I'm very excited to be able to review one for you today to see if it really is the best value dive watch under $500. As always, I'd like to give a big thank you to Mark and Ryan from Long Island Watches for sending in this ISL 157 model to review, and I'll be sending this watch back to them afterwards. If you guys have been enjoying my watch reviews, go ahead and click that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me review next. But without further ado, let's get into it. Islander Watches or Long Island Watches is a brand founded by Mark in 2019. Originally an online watch retailer for many popular brands, including Seiko, Mark heard the gripes of Seiko fans regarding the lacking aspects of their dive watches and launched the brand Islander Watches in order to offer a great value proposition to his customers. Starting with dive watches, the brand has since grown to offer almost every genre of watch from dive, pilot, field, and dress watches, focusing on affordable pricing and great quality. So getting into a quick unboxing of the watch, we have a simple packaging for the outer box, and printed on it is the Islander Watch logo in the brand's signature colors of blue and white. Opening up the box reveals the ISL 157 dive watch on a soft white cushion. And interestingly, inside the box here is a QR code which links to a digital version of the instruction manual and warranty. Overall, considering the price, I would say that the packaging of the watch is a tad on the plain side, but considering that similarly priced Seiko models have the same level of packaging with just a cardboard box and a cushion, I think that this is still acceptable. Now onto the watch itself. The first thing that catches the eye is definitely the subtle wave pattern on the dial beneath the sapphire crystal. And this pattern is quite subtle, noticeable to the naked eye, but still quite hard to capture on camera here. The island of Northport being named after a historical maritime village on the north shore of Long Island uses this motif to evoke a feeling of life on the sea. The ISL 157 model features a gradient dark purple color on the dial and matching dark purple bezel insert. The dial also features thick baton markers with a baton handset and a paddle tip seconds hand. At the 12 o'clock, we have an applied Islander logo, and beneath it is the text automatic 200 meter and a 6 o'clock date window. And at the very bottom, the text Miyota 9015, which, if I'm honest, I think the dial could have done without it. We also have a deep brushed stainless steel chapter ring with pronounced minute markings that frame the dial nicely. The watch also features a coin edge bezel with the sapphire bezel insert. On the bezel insert is 60 dot markings with numerals for each 10 minutes in the classic dive bezel style. Now let's test the bezel action. The bezel feels very solid but a little bit tinny and has a tactile spring-like actuation with minimal backplay. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than other bezel actions at this price range, but it definitely feels very unique. I can only best describe it as if you're winding up a spring. Now moving on to the case, I would describe the case to be a skin diver style like the Seiko SPB 143 with a rather thin side profile and mostly brushed finish, with some polished chamfers. Turning the case to its side, you can really see a sophisticated case profile with that thin mid case and thick coin edge bezel on top. and turning it onto the case back, we have a screw down case back stamped with a cool image of Long Island and the Islander logo. Testing the watch in the darkness, we can see a strong lume application on the markers and the bezel, and I can confirm that lume lovers won't be disappointed with the application on this watch. Powering the watch is a Miyota 9015 Hi-Beat movement that ticks at 28,800 beats per hour to give the seconds hand a smooth sweep, and gives the watch 40 hours of power reserve at -10 to +30 seconds of accuracy per day. And finally, for the bracelet, we have a rather jingly-jangly 5-link Jubilee bracelet. With solid end links and ending in a brush fold-over clasp that has 6 holes for manual micro adjustment. In hand, I can say that the finishing on the bracelet is definitely a bit rough, and as you can see, it does have a lot of flex. And here is the watch on my 6.5-inch wrist. As you see, the 40mm skin diver case wears absolutely amazing on my slender wrist, and the thin case profile gives it quite a sophisticated look from the side. The Jubilee bracelet lends it to having great articulation on the wrist, and I would say it wears quite comfortably. So the first pro of the ISL 157 would have to be the design of the watch. Those who are familiar with Seiko watches would recognize that this watch takes a lot of good inspiration from various Seiko models, from the jangly Jubilee of the legendary SKX to the skin diver case, maxi block markers, and coin edge bezel of the 62 mass or SPB line, and presents it in a sophisticated and value-packed package. This watch gives you all this along with a unique twist on the wave dial and high quality materials such as a sapphire crystal and bezel insert at only $420 US, which I think is an amazing value proposition. The second pro would be the wearability. At 40mm in size, the watch would wear very well on any wrist size as a modern dive watch, and it wears quite comfortably on the Jubilee bracelet. And I imagine that it will also wear well on different straps, which would easily fit in the 20mm lug width. As for the cons, I will begin with a very subtle one in the details. With an overhanging thick bezel, deep chapter ring and maxi block markers, in person, the watch tends to look like it's almost popping out at you and slightly disproportionate to the case size. Perhaps widening the lug-to-lug distance to 48mm would have helped with this issue. The second con for me would be the handset. With an all-baton handset, I think that it leads to the watch looking a little bit too dressy, and the watch may have benefited from a sportier set of hands. And finally, I have to comment again on the bracelet, which I think is a bit rudimentary compared to the rest of the watch. And due to the lightweight and jangly nature of the bracelet, it lends to the watch wearing a bit top heavy on wrist, and that does detract a little bit from the comfort of wearing the watch. But some people may like a more flexible and articulating bracelet, so I guess whether this is actually a con is up to your personal preference. So, that brings us to the end of my review for the Islander ISL 157 Northport Hi-Beat Diver. As for whether this is the best dive watch under $500, all I can say is that the watch definitely offers a whole lot for your money, and the fact that it even compares with the SPB 143 speaks volumes. But whether it's the best is for you to decide. Thanks again for watching my video, and make sure you like and hit the subscribe button for more independent watch content. And as always, I'll see you again next time.